ETC, we start with 1 hour chart. First of all, if you refer to my last analysis, since the price was exactly within this move, we were expecting to get one move up. Exactly we get, because I mentioned we are expecting to get one more drop, because we explained how we're looking at this correction. Anyway, the only way to look for trade was to put our entry as 57.6, and we mentioned we want to price break and continue as a short move. And I mentioned if the price tag we see is not moving within 2 hours, we take out the trade. This is where we should take out the trade, because we don't see the correct continuation. That's mean we had the opportunity to take out the trade in the break even, because we have been looking for this trade as a short-term trade. Now we want to see what's the next, because we mentioned if the price break this correction, we are expecting the price drop to 49.6, because we mentioned if we get this opportunity, any reversal for the long term, this is what we're looking for. Now we want to see how we can look at this chart. Sorry, how we can look at this correction. And right now we go with the first option. We're putting at this one as a three wave internally in relative to this. We get one more drop, 1, 2, 3. And this one in the bigger picture, we put in relative to this for one move up. Then from there, we are expecting to get one more drop, because we want to put in relative to this move, which if I zoom out, we put in relative to this. Then any reversal from there, we will take the trade for the long term. I need to highlight that most of the chart, they have a similar movement, similar explanation. Okay, now this is what we're looking for, the best option. But can we go with the second option? For the second option, we putting this one as a three wave structure, flat, as a 1, 2, 3, and we want to put this one in relative to this. The only times we can go for the second option, if we see the breakout of 53.3. If I put this one 53.3 as a sharp move, that means with the price break and drop to this zone, either the price drop to 49.6 or not, at least we see the breakout. The best thing is if the price drop to the 49.6, then any reversal for the long term, we will take the trade. But if the price couldn't break 53.3, any reversal for buy, we consider as in relative to this as a short term. That's meaning the bigger picture, we take the trade. We will look at this correction in this way. Then from there, if we see the breakout of this correction, we keep the trade. If not, we see the reversal, then we see the price start to correct, we take out the trade, we wait for the next drop before we get the reversal. That's mean the only point right now, we want to see whether the price can break 53.3 or not. And the one more thing I need to highlight, if we go for the second option, we want to see the breakout of the 53.3, because we want to put this one in relative to this. We prefer to see the breakout as a sharp move, and mostly we want to see the price drop to 49.6. But if we see the price break and start to drop as a corrective move, then we need to look at this chart, this correction differently. Even at that point, we're looking for the reversal, but we are not going to look at the chart the way I explained for the second option. Okay, that's why we want to see, even if there is a breakout, we want to see whether the price can break as a sharp or a corrective move. If we see the breakout, then I will give update how we're going to look at the chart. And right now, if we want to see whether we can look for one move up as a short-term buy or not, as a short term, if there is no breakout of 53.3. Anyway, we move to the daily chart. We start with the daily chart. As I mentioned, based on 1 hour chart, we're looking at this correction. We want to see the breakout of this correction. Then from there, we want to look for the reversal, because right now in the bigger picture, we're looking at this correction. And mostly we're looking for the reversal. We want to see when we get and how we can trade this move. That means we have to wait. We want to see how complex can be this correction. And one more thing I need to highlight. Can we put this one as a second wave on the bigger picture for this in relative to this? Can we expect to get one more drop? That means, can we expect this is the start of the down move? In the bigger picture, we need to be quite careful about this. That's why if we want to look for the trade, and we need to see the breakout of this correction. But I believe if this is the second wave of this one, that means the price is going to go as one more drop. At least we need to get one move up. That's why we're looking for the short-term buy before we get the next down move. And the possibility of this one turn to a bigger correction, that's meaning the possibility of the price to retest the previous low is very less. okay? But we need to be quite careful about that. And if I move to forward chart, you want to see how we can look for trade based on forward chart. We don't see any trade setup. The only thing is we want to see whether the price can break 53.3 or not. The best thing is if I move to 1 hour chart. And right now, whether we should look for sell or buy, if anyone wants to look for sell, the only way is to see the breakout of 53.3 with the flag. Maybe you can look for the short-term sell. But we should know that if we want to look for sell, we need to wait for the breakout, and we're selling at the lowest price of this correction. That's why simply the price can tag and reverse. Okay, but right now this is the only way. We need to see the breakout flag, then we take the sell. But for me at this point, I'm not really interested to look for sell. And even if we want to look for buy, we prefer to get one more drop. If we see the price cannot break 53.3, any reversal as a sharp move flag, I will take it, and with the breakout of the 58, I will start to manage it, because as I mentioned, we are more interested to look for buy as a short-term buy within this range, and with the breakout of 58, we start to manage. Then from there, we want to see whether the price can break 60 or not. But to look for buy, we need to see one more drop. When we see there is no, the price cannot break 53.3. We see the confirmation for the reversal as a sharp move flag, either based on 1 hour or 15 minutes. We take the trade, and this trade for buy is a short-term trade. The only thing is within this range, and we look for the target. The first one is 58, following by 60. Okay, because if there is a reversal, any reversal at the first we consider as a short-term buy. If there is no continuation, we take out the trade. We wait for the next drop before we look for long-term. Whatever right now I explained, in case the price cannot break 53.3. But if the price break 53.3 with a sharp move, then any reversal from there, we take the trade as a long term, unless we see the price drop as a corrective move. In that case, we will give update. We look at the chart and even this correction differently. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.